available now as a virtual cinema rental. That is, local cinemas close to you or online offer this film as a digital rental that you can watch on your device or TV, and money goes to them as you would a ticket price. Also available as video on demand is the new film entitled Rose Plays Julie. This is an Irish film that was directed by Christine Molloy and Joe Lawlor, and wow, this was really good. This film stars, for me, one character I recognized. He's on Game of Thrones, but otherwise, these are actors that were new to me, and golly. Basically, the storyline here is a young veterinary student in Ireland she's adopted, and she decides to seek out her birth mother, who turns out to be an actress of some small note, and basically confront her or meet her and just find out how she came to be. She finds out that she was the product of a sexual assault, and then decides to go out and find her birth father and seek revenge. And it gets really, really interesting. This was a film. Basically, it was a slow twisting of the guts. This is, you see where this is going, or you see where this might go, and you kind of, if you're like me and you like a good revenge movie, you want to see the perp get what's coming to them, and the method that is laid out that they're going to get what's coming to them is sort of delightfully grim, and just great, really strong performances in this. The movie looks really good. It's lush Irish countryside, and it's just, I don't want to say too much because, again, it's more fun if you experience the film as it unravels, but the cast is so strong. It has moments of, there's not a lot of explicit anything in this movie. It's very, as they used to say on HBO when I was a kid, adult themes. It has things in it that are really unpleasant, that are insinuated, or, being a veterinary student, you see an animal autopsy at one point that's kind of, well, it's very gruesome if you like cows at all. But otherwise, they sort of don't really get into that too much. And the revenge is not terribly explicit either. But just the themes and the overall content at times can be kind of disturbing in this. But the three leads are so strong. The adoptee and her birth parents. And there's a sequence where the young girl, Rose, playing Julie being her birth name, and Rose being the name that her adoptive mother gave her. When Rose first meets her birth mother and they're out in the woods going for a walk, and it is revealed to her the circumstances from which she came, they just hold on this sort of medium close-up of Rose as she goes through these emotions of realization and terror and shame and sadness, and it's fascinating to watch. I highly recommend this. This is, again, I would probably call this a thriller. You might class it as a horror movie because it's a really dark tone to it. There's this ominous sense of something bad going to happen, really almost since the beginning of the film. You just don't know quite where it's going to go, and how deep into her birth father's life this young woman is going to insinuate herself before she enacts revenge, or maybe decides not to enact revenge. I would probably call this just a really sharp, dark, slow burn psychological thriller, but I would highly recommend this. This is the kind of thing that I would have expected quality-wise to see in a theater. And again, hopefully where you are now, you'll have that opportunity to see this on the big screen, because the imagery would play great on the big screen. But at any rate, it is available now as virtual cinema and video on demand, and it is Rose Plays Julie, out now from Film Movement.